You know what I've learned too about nicotine is it causes like a lot of appetite problems for people.
Mm-hmm.
Like all these people who are like, I can't gain weight or I can't lose weight. It's like, it seems to be a consistent factor that nicotine is present, and then like once they lose the nicotine, it's like the levels are like back to normal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they can like eat when they need to. Or
There are people who like. I mean, it happens to me too. Like if nicotine is like the first thing that I'm doing, and I don't eat breakfast, I have to take a shit. You know, like I have to take a shit.
So, do you not want to do harder drugs because they're scary, or because you just haven't gotten the chance to?
No, I learned my lesson vicariously through my brother.
Mm-hmm.
So like he ended up like really hard on whatever. I don't even know to this day. He told me it was cocaine, but cocaine doesn't make me cocaine doesn't make me do anything. But no, but cocaine. I don't see anyone who like does cocaine fucking stealing from their friends, stealing from their family. Like,
I mean,
it could
maybe
get
he was
there,
just one of the bad ones,
but,
you know?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is I don't know the extent of his addiction.
My family member was also like, she wasn't a cocaine user, but like she dated someone who was like heavily addicted to cocaine, and it was like, or she said it was like they were the best like hider of the secret ever. You know what I mean? Like I didn't know how to better phrase that, but it was just like they were so incognito about it that you wouldn't even be able to tell.
Oh yeah, and I mean that's what I'm saying. There's like different levels to that shit for different people. Like there's like when heroin was still like very prevalent, and I think it still is, don't get me wrong, but fentanyl has taken over a lot of that. But heroin was like, I mean, somewhat like safe. Like somewhat.
I mean, yeah, it was an opioid back in the day, right?
Yeah.
And it's like chemically based off of an opioid, which like we used
so it was
a bunch
like
of them today.
decently safe. So like someone could be like doing heroin and then like going to their job and paying their mortgage and paying their car note and everything.
Damn.
You know,
So
you would never know.
welcome back to the We Don't Smoke Heroin podcast. Happy Smoke on the Happy Smokes channel.
A Happy Smokes production,
I'm Matt and he's Christian. We made a podcast.
and we did that.
Podcast.
We're podcasting.
But no, fucking. I wanted to talk about some news stories.
Wait, can I bring up my leg real quick?
Yo,
Just to let the people know what.
raise it for him.
So I was trying to go to my truck to grab like my charger out of it, and I was walking through like the back of my father's truck and his trailer.
There's got to be like some more details to this, bro, because it's like even the way you're telling it right now, I'm like, this guy got like shot in the leg or something. He's just not telling me he got stabbed in the middle of the night.
No, so I was like, the back of the truck was very close to the back of the trailer because my truck is parked. You know how it is at my house. My truck is parked to like the left side of my dad's truck, so I have to have room to like get in and out.
Right.
So it's very close, and I was trying to like get onto the trailer to climb on it to get over to the front door a little quicker.
Mm-hmm.
And I ended up fucking stepping up, and I took this leg up first, obviously, and ended up scraping the corner of the trailer.
So like whenever you raised your leg, you like inserted whatever stabbed you, like
yeah, it was the
even
corner.
harder.
That's what I'm saying. Like it was a sharp corner of just like flat, like black steel,
iron. Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
my god, dude.
and so that like
straight up pain.
yeah, it like gushed open. It was like really gross, and then
yeah, he showed me a picture, and it was like the things I was saying earlier, like gun wound, fucking stab wound. It looked like that.
It definitely looks like a gunshot.
Like
wound.
I don't want to see a real gunshot or stab wound anymore. No, or not that I did ever, but it was like now I really don't.
But yeah, I ended up with like 10 stitches, but I still have like most of my movement. Things are good. I'm going to work tomorrow, so see how that goes. I'm hoping to give me lighter shit. So,
yeah.
Anyway,
let's wish him some fucking good luck back at work tomorrow if you're watching. I wanted to talk about some fucking other violence, some other brutality.
Yeah.
Fucking, I was wondering if you saw the most recent like viral Twitter video of like the 3 black African American, I guess like not maybe teenagers, possibly like college age people like getting arrested. It was like kind of controversial because in like the body cam footage was released too.
No, I hadn't seen anything about that.
Okay, so let me give you the fucking Matthew rundown.
All right.
The Happy Smokes breakdown. I basically like was scrolling on Twitter, right, and I fucking saw that it was like this white ass. I actually don't remember if it was a white ass place, but it was this released body cam footage of a police officer. I think it was either on Halloween or one of these previous weeks. There's been a lot of like party shit going on college wise, and like the first thing he says in the video, and it's like, it's interesting too because I'm not normally on the cop side, right? But this time I definitely like was like, oh, you guys suck.
Whoa.
Like you guys like definitely fucking deserved it.
Whoa.
Like,
Explain,
if
elaborate.
I was there, I'd be calling you dumbass bitches. Like,
Damn.
you deserve this shit and you got us in this situation. But like, so basically he's coming up to them and like, I feel like maybe I'm taking that position because we grew up in this conservative white town. So I know when like an officer is just trying to like be an officer, you know what I mean? Not like even trying to cite me for anything.
Yeah.
Like it was just the first thing he says in the video is like, please, like he addresses that they like threw a can out in the street, and like at first I'm pretty sure all he was gonna do is be like, I wouldn't do that if I were you, right? And then like they like start harassing him, like these 3 girls, one white guy, right? And like this is where I like start to be like, oh, okay, no, this is scary. This isn't this like, because the caption of the video is like 3 black girls jump white guy and then they get arrested. You know what I mean? And I'm like, is he about to get like jumped? Like,
wait, so the cop is about to get jumped, or the white guy is about to get jumped?
The cop is the white guy.
Oh, okay.
The cop is a white guy approaching 3 young black women that are inebriated, most likely, or just being like belligerent for no reason, and like I get the fucking mental framing of like I hate cops and like the systematic hate of it, but what I don't understand is like foolish behavior ever. So like what happens is like as he's addressing like what they did, they're coming back at him and like he's back. You can see in the body cam footage that he's backing up, right? And if you're like I've seen like women take advantage of this before, you know what I mean? Where it's like, fucking, I'm scared of you. And then they're like pushing towards you. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like they're using the societal pressure of like
hitting a woman
versus like, I can hit you, you know?
Right.
So it's like they're doing that 3-on-1, right? And instead of like just taking it, which I would because I don't have any power, right? He like takes their arm and just like pushes them off. Like, obviously, right? If you didn't want it to happen again, you'd step back. You'd step back, and while he's stepping back, you'd both have some distance between you, right? But no, these 3 black women like continue to pursue him, and like he's still backpedaling, and then like I'm not sure if he radios for backup or he just has like, there were fellow like officers also patrolling because it was like a party night, you know what I mean?
Right.
But basically like these girls who are playing the victim in the beginning, right? But like are obviously the antagonists, are like pursuing this like white guy he's like, get out of my face, you know what I mean? He's like, don't fucking charge me, blah 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 blah, like. And that's when I'm like, the comments were not like in my favor. If like I were in my decision, you know what I mean? They were like, I can't believe like he wasn't de-escalating the situation. Like, I can't believe he would think this is right. This is like so much force. And to me, it's like, dude, these people have brains. You know what I mean? Like, but short,
Yeah, go ahead.
Long story short,
Yeah.
like too long, didn't read. Fucking basically these 3 black women were playing the victim against a cop, and then they like on the body cam footage were shown to be like pursuing the cop, and then force it. Like normally it's like excess force. I think this was like the perfect amount of force that was needed to just stop like harassment. You know what I mean? Because like I feel,
and I mean potential physical harm, because it's still 3 people against 1 person.
that's what I'm saying. Like even if he was just like a regular citizen, like dog, yeah, bro, you're fucking getting tossed. You know what I mean? Like fucking, or not even just tossed. Like that's just my like egotistical way of saying it. It's like you should get prosecuted, like in some type of way. Like you are harming another human being.
And do they
or,
forget
like,
that it's a fucking police officer?
So like
That's my thing.
I fucking, what's it called? I've been seeing like mixed views on police officers like this week, of just like this guy who got really popular off of TikTok recently. Like everybody does, you know what I mean? But like he's making his rounds in the news now. He was basically, the breaking video was him like harassing Scientology people. They're like going to a gathering, and he was like, "You guys are weirdos. Tight ass vests for no reason. Weird shoes." Like, you know, just like shit like that. Because like they fucked with him, so now he wants to fuck with them. But like that was like what got him popular, and now his like main message that he's trying to say is like, we don't need to like is like basically not anti-cop, but just like he's a cop watcher, he says. So I feel like it's like almost just like better delegation of governmental services and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he was like, we have cops, like, you know what I was talking about, where cops like just sit around on a party night in a college town.
Yeah.
He showed like a video of himself like on the street with 20 cops on one street corner, 20 LA cops, and he was just like, what are you guys doing? Like, are you guys just standing like, and you literally see them cutting the shit. They're like talking, joking, smiling, being like, what's this guy's problem? Like,
oh my god,
you are getting paid the tax dollars
but
to sit there on the corner and act, maybe, if something happens.
Can I play the devil's advocate? The laws that have come in, and I'm pretty left leaning on most things, right? But I think shit that like everyone doesn't like is like having shit that you bought be stolen, right?
Right.
So like these laws that have been put into place have basically made these police toothless. They can't do a fucking thing. And the ones who are willing to do a fucking thing usually get recorded, and like it always ends up painting them in a bad light. Like always. Like you end up losing your job or being arrested. So like
I feel like the problem that I was about to get to, that I feel like you're about to get to, is like, we need police, right? But I feel like the problem is, it's like, and it just shows that like it came out in this conversation, is that people are so caught up in this conversation of like, we need police, we don't need police, that I feel like it's like an injected conversation. Because like the real like ideological fucking conversation that we should have is like lowering funding, not necessarily defunding or zeroing it out, but maybe just not like 50% of 100%. Like, you know what I mean? Maybe like a 25, 35, 40. Like it doesn't have to be so drastic, I feel like, you know what I mean? I feel like small changes can be made, but it feels like once you make a conversation about any changes, it's like, oh my God, everything's being uprooted. Oh my God. Like, and I feel like just now, like that just happened. You know what I mean? Like fucking, it's like an indoctrinated thing. I feel like that I'm observing, that like, it's sometimes like we don't even know that the opinions have been put in us. You know what I mean? But it's like, because I feel like before I watched that segment on like, not of them saying like, we don't need to like defund the police, that's fucking like inept and fucking stupid. You know what I mean? We just need to reallocate the resources better. You know what I mean? Just like do Do that.
My thing is, give them the same exact funding that they have, minus the fucking SWAT teams and the tanks to take down drug houses. That doesn't need to be happening. Okeechobee County does not need a fucking tank. But what do we need a tank for?
That's weird if we have one.
Yeah,
do we have one?
Yes, we have a tank.
Okay, that is weird.
Like, I'm telling you, it's fucking ridiculous, man. Like, just take that funding, put it into better training for the officers, and like, I'll tell you, when I went to Detroit, the vibe was totally different around policing. I'm telling you, I interacted like directly with a cop there, and he was a super tall, muscular-looking black guy. And he was like, I held the door open. And he was, oh, thanks, man. And he bought my drink.
Wow.
Yeah, like he was like, I can tell you're not from around here, whatever. Like, have a good,
That's
it's
really
like,
cool.
Whoa, like yeah. And he was just like patrolling that whatever area. But they also have a division of the police that are unarmed. They're like just meant for like people in crisis. Like they go equipped with Narcan. They go equipped with like medical knowledge. They go equipped with mental health knowledge, behavioral health knowledge, like why things happen, why you're acting like this, and how to help them. And like they take that approach like to them instead of being like, hey buddy, you want to go to this shelter where you're gonna get all of your shit stolen and like,
you know what I feel like that's
help?
a product of? I feel like whenever you bring up like the reasons why we need cops, you know what I mean? And I was about to get to that too, is like I feel like we have in Detroit, I feel like they've come to such a good system because of the previous like bad system that they had. You know what I mean? Because I feel like Detroit it's not like the best reputable city for having like epic police officers. Like when you said that, I was like, wow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like if you just, what's it called?
Oh yeah, man. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I was just getting distracted. But like I feel like in other regions there's a excess of police officers, you know what I mean? Where compared to like a lower level of crime where you have people who don't know, like, you know how that police officer like interacted with you and was like, yeah, bro, like, I know you're not from around here, but from here it's like the interactions and like mission count is like so low, you know what I mean, that it's like, no, don't come over here, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
dude, there's one town in the Midwest.
Hey, how you doing?
Oh, shoot. Scared the hell out of me.
No, man, I just feel like there's an excess, and it's not in every area, right? Like in Detroit, I'm sure it's like the appropriate amount of officers for the appropriate amount of like interactions and missions, and like I say missions like it's a game, you know what I mean? Just because I don't know what to call it, like tasks, whatever they got to do. So like I just want to give out the message that it's like sometimes we have like an overinflated like cop population to like crime population. Yeah. You know what I mean?
That's what I was gonna say.
I feel like that's what creates like the discrepancy in what you're talking about with like training or even like behavior, you know? Like,
because what cops have become now is like, especially if you look at like state police, they are like the machine for bringing in money that is not taxed. Like it's just straight money that's like coming into the state, like that aren't on people's taxes, that they're not paying at the grocery store, that the state just gets, like if they fuck up, you know? And so like that's what it's become, is like police quotas for these tickets, and then like,
and that doesn't make sense either.
No, absolutely not.
Why do they get quotas?
Dude, I've been trying to say this for the last like 5 minutes, but there's this county in the Midwest, and they have it's like they're in between two bigger cities, right? They have a population of like 800 people, 250 police. Like that's their force, is like 250, like partly reserved.
At that point, it's just like a governmental, like, yeah, we'll house you job. You know what I mean? Like we'll retire you. We'll feed you.
Yeah, but the most fucked part was that they were taking these cops that were like the worst of the worst, that like got in trouble in other departments, and then just came and transferred. So they're like, they have like this one stretch of highway that they just fucking patrol all day, just throwing people like egregious tickets for the dumbest shit. But it's all to bring in money for the county.
Were you the one that told me that like there's someone on a SWAT team that dies like every time?
I don't know if I don't think so.
Or maybe not like every time, but he gets shot like every time.
A guy on a SWAT team? What?
So like fucking I don't know where I heard this from, but like it gave me the idea that like cops were like the reason why like cops are hired in excess is because like we need to expend them on SWAT missions, like one life each time. Like
no, what? I don't think so.
So like, yeah, he was like, yeah, bro, what do you think the fucking all the fat cops are for? It's the meat shield. They're going in first, right? So that they can. I probably heard this from like some guy, like some like conservative like guy who doesn't like the cops.
Hey man,
but, like,
I'll tell you how fucking mom.
Yeah, but no. All
Okay,
right, have a good one. That was our nice guy Billy. He was fucking doing his cars and RCs.
Dude, he has a really cool RC though.
He really does. It reminds me of my trip. They've fucking really fucked with RC cars too. Just like
there's like definitely a gang of people that fuck with him.
White people.
Oh, what is that? Oh, white people.
But no, I fucking basically I think that like there needs to be a real big look at like the resources that we put towards governmental like law enforcement. Like we could at least try and put some of it towards like, I don't know, have you seen a mail office recently? Like outside of, I don't know if the Okeechobee one's nice, but like fucking
pretty dilapidated.
They're pretty, all of them. Like,
yeah.
And they're all like owned by who? The government. You know what I mean? So like why can't we do one renovation in 10 years? You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, they have started to like change.
Why
out
can't
the
we
mail
fix
trucks.
the AC once in a while? Like, if it's broken once, it's broken forever. It seems. It's broken.
That's real.
As
an HVAC technine, I do have to say
it stays hot in those fucking mail offices. You know what I mean? Like, dude, I really feel like there's a disproportionate flow of money, because like there are so many. Yeah, and it's like there are so many ways that like we talk about normally like corrupt politicians that are just like making the money off of deals and shit. But like, what about just like the everyday institutions that we just believe in? You know what I mean? Like I see firefighters in my town getting defunded.
Yeah.
What if there's a fire? Like, what the fuck?
Dude, they literally cut our fire department in half. Here.
So, are we just delusional now? Like,
yeah, you know. But you know what I will say is like building code has gotten better. Like,
do we not just see like what happened with Lahaina?
I
feel like
that's a very. Don't get me wrong. Like, there is wildfires in Florida, but they don't really get to that extent. I just had like a fucking Jimmy Neutron brainstorm moment. You know what I mean? Yeah. I was telling you the other week about something like some news lady that made me cry from how out of control you were. It was about Lahaina. It was about Lahaina and about how she was just talking about how so many different emergency protocols were just for some reason not used or not turned on, like the alarms or the water or the fucking a lot of shit. You like
know
the
what I mean?
air raid that would let everyone know to like get the fuck out. Like,
yeah,
they never put that.
I was like crying because she continued to say that like Blackstone, I think that's like the one real estate company that you're talking about, like or like whatever other company like just like bought out from the government or from however they like acquired the land because the locals that were there weren't giving up their shit. You know what I mean? So the only way to do it was like this,
right?
And then like
makes a lot of sense.
It was just making me. I think it makes more sense for me that I was like sobbing because I was like, oh wow, like I don't have billions of dollars. You know what I mean? I can't like end populations for my benefit. nor do I want to. You know what I mean? Like, that's the type of shit One Piece villains do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, literally, like, crocodile from fucking...
Yeah.
It's like, yes, let me fucking dry out these fuckers so I can have the land and make it mine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I think that's just the amount of fucking stories that I watch, or anime and, like, whatever I watch, where it's, like, history getting erased and then, like, new shit getting put in because the new power is, like... however superior they are, whether it's like fucking just like political power or money or physical power or like fucking war power. You know what I mean? It's just like this happens in real life. You know what I mean? Like histories get erased. The winners are the people who are good in history. You know what I mean? Could you imagine if George Washington didn't win the Revolutionary War? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He'd be a fool. He'd be the foolish knave who tried to fucking win.
Yeah, he tried to beat the crown.
Like, yeah. Like, it's fucking literally, I feel like the importance of what goes on in these, like, days where the I don't want to say villains, but like the old fucking cronies in like power just like are really concerning me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's fucking scary shit. And I don't know if we touched on it last week with the did I tell you about the donation that Oprah and The Rock made?
Damn, I thought you were going to be like, the donation Justin made to us like 4 months ago, the $1.
Oh, also Justin, shout out.
Shout out for the dono.
First dono ever.
You got us a drink.
Yeah.
Of water.
One sip. But no, bro. Shout out. Anyway,
shout out my dog.
No, man. Oh yes, back to Lahaina. They had Oprah and The Rock. Have you heard anything about that with their like charitable donation? Oh, buddy. They were like, yeah, our goal is $1 million. The Rock and I have donated $500,000 to this charitable fund. Yeah, if you don't know anything about like taxes, if you give charitable donations,
you get to write them off.
Written off instantly.
But what does that mean?
So like, write-offs are so much different. People think it's like money back into your pocket. It's not.
I thought it's just money you don't have to pay the government. Right?
Exactly.
But does that mean like it cancels out for the shit that they also did like prior in the year?
Yeah, it'll cancel out it'll cancel out $250,000 worth of her income.
But like, oh, because she already has it, right? Accumulated, and she gave it away. So like the tax value on that amount she wouldn't have to pay.
Right.
And I guess if you just have
like that's money that she just like didn't make for the year. So her like she may end up in a whole different tax bracket because of how big the donation was.
So this is really like
one.
I feel like this is just a big issue for people with accumulated money. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like old money motherfuckers. Like
yeah, you can't do anything. Like because they can go up and buy 10 houses at once.
Yeah, if like you just have a ludicrous amount of money and like this is like, of course, like do you know what I just said where it's like the winners are the good guys? Of course, the winners make the fucking Constitution too. You know what I mean? So like the winners get the money back. I feel like it's just all a cycle. You know what I mean? It's just
it's a ceiling fan of shittery.
Yeah, dude. That's
the episode title.
Ceiling fan of shit. I'll have to censor the shittery, but no, I feel like this country was like not first made for like the rich men. And then, or actually, no, never mind. Lies, slaves.
Yeah, definitely made for the white male.
This country is just a perpetuation of capitalistic success. You know what? I love America. Start your engines, fucking.
Oh, dude. Oh my god. I don't know why that made me laugh so hard.
I feel like America is just the best shithole. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
The shithole with like the most resources and the most humane laws, but it doesn't mean that we have all of them, nor does it mean like any of that.
Yeah, and I mean like as much as you want to like, I don't know. People always are like, I would definitely move to Switzerland. I would definitely move to Norway. How many of your friends realistically have you heard have like left and gone to fucking Norway
Fucking
for the better government?
You know, actually, I would totally be down to go now, just because of like the Alps, like the mountains and shit, and like the way they built their like towns and shit on the mountains.
Oh,
It's
I would
like,
love to visit. I'm not saying.
No, I'd live there.
Really?
I'd live there and just live my life just out as like a fucking
I'd be a baker.
nature person. You know what I mean?
Be a baker or something. Just
because you know what the culture is like. Very, I feel like it's very human there. I feel like you're not like constantly buying new things to look good or like to prove that you have this certain personality. You don't have to like post that you're here or anything. It's just like, we wear the same things. We buy like the idea of buying like a good sweater, you know what I mean? Like, this is my good sweater for the year. I feel like that's such an old like concept in America, where it's like you almost had to go back to the Depression days, where we're like, I cherish my jackets, like, and my jeans. You know what I mean? Like, these jeans will like, they were thrifted, and I'm sure whoever wore them before wore them for a while. You know what I mean? So I appreciate their culture too, where it's like, yeah, we do old shit. You know what I mean? Like, we don't need to change it, because like, if you look around, it's fucking beautiful. Like, people want to go there for a reason, I feel like, you know?
For sure.
Like, it's on water bottles.
But I'm saying, how many people are really going to move there just based on like,
oh, dude,
it's better than America?
Like 1%. Like,
Yeah.
is less than, I feel like, you know what that is too? 1% of people do what they actually want. I feel like
that's
1% of
real
people
as fuck.
actually listen to their own like inner voice. I feel like, and I feel like 99% of people push that motherfucker down and listen to everybody else. You know what I mean? Because they're like, no, I'm crazy.
Yep.
If you're crazy, then what is the world? You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
what,
Dude.
is
And
it,
that's the thing. It's even like shit like this. Like, I don't care how long we're doing it. Like, I don't care.
yeah, it's just like I feel like it doesn't. It's not like these conversations would be pointless now, but it's like be pointless if we didn't have like a microphone and like this camera and shit set up. But I feel like if we didn't have it, it'd be like, it'd at least feel like less important. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like Greek philosophers used to have this space where it was like, whatever we're saying is important, you know? And like, they didn't have podcasts back then, so it wasn't as vain.
Yeah.
But I feel like it still gives the same effect, where like, we're giving real like thought and attention to like what each other is saying, and it's not just like shooting the shit. Like, we're like fucking discussing like ideas about society and
the socioeconomic impact of the world.
Oh,
man.
God, dude. Can we just talk about the fucking state of the world? No, I fucking love Jaden Smith. He makes good-ass music. But
Dude,
like,
kids my age just...
I mean, it's not even that. I feel like you feel like that if you become, not like enlightened, but like fucking, if you're able to like do shit when you're young, I feel like, of course, you're going to feel like it's because you're young. But like, when you get older, I feel like it's just because people suck. You know what I mean? Like, everybody around you is going to be like, dude, what do you mean I have to work this shitty job? Like, I mean, what do you mean I can be happy at my job? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's... Dude,
that's what I meant to
I
say.
see it all the time. Like, and like, people will just like work themselves into the ground at a job that they fucking hate. And like, I get it that there's like, especially in a town like this, there's not that many options. But get the fuck out of here.
But you know what? It's an unhealthy cycle too, because some people work to escape from their thoughts. And if your thoughts are about how shitty your work is, imagine how shitty that is. Like, you go home and you feel like shit about yourself, and then you go to work and you get so busy that you can finally not think about that, right? But like, any lapse in that flow state is like, fuck. Like, I'm absorbed in this. You know what I mean? Like, God damn, like, I hate this,
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you've ever had that feeling with a job, but it's just like, damn, why am I like, I feel like that's part of the reason why I have like a day job now, other than money, is just to like, Casey Neistat said it. He was like, I was a dishwasher for like however long, and it was like, I just used it to think about where I wanted to be other than this motherfucking place. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's a great motivator, is like, I don't want to be here. You know what I mean? Like, where would I rather be? And I feel like sometimes when I'm in a comfortable place, it's like I can't even think about like where I'd rather be. It's just like, this is fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like,
Definitely.
those situations just bring it out of you,
Yeah, I think the job that I have now has been really like good for me in that sense.
Mhm.
Like, it's not like, it's stimulating my mind all the time.
Oh, really?
Super good, bro. Yeah, because you have to figure out like the different like.
Wires?
Oh, well, that's like.
That's like bomb squad shit, It's pretty
it's not
complex.
that hard, but what's harder is like figuring out how to run shit to code and how to run it like properly, just to make sure that everything starts up right. And like, I don't know, man. It's very like, I've had to go and drill through a fucking cinder block with a drill the size of my fucking thigh. Like,
Damn.
Yeah, and then like the next day I'm up in an attic putting ducks on.
So it's very like, you'd say it's not like mundane, right?
Right, yeah. I'm not. See, like, I've always said I would go fucking insano in an office. I would lose my mind at an office job. Like, I couldn't take it. I just.
If I had some edibles, I don't know, man.
Nope.
I don't know.
I don't care how high I am.
Edibles and some podcasts, bro. Dog, that's what I'd be doing at home. Come on. And a chair. Ooh, let me get a comfy one. Ooh.
I'd be 400 pounds and I wouldn't get shit done.
Oh, yeah. I guess, like, my one saving factor is, like, I have this, like, itch to go to the gym, like, every day. Like, it's just, like, I saw this thing and it was, like, you're just not meant to exist in, like what you're saying, like, you would be if you were in an office job, just, like, this, like, plain, like, catatonic state where you just don't move or get up or fucking just play Fortnite all day.
Yeah.
Just fucking hop on the Rocket League, just fucking fly your car around in the air and tap the ball in. Like, yeah, man. But before we round this out, I wanted to give this congresswoman or this woman in power a shout out. Her name is it's on the phone that's recording us. Anyways, she was her name's either Jackie or Jeanette. You know what, since I'm editing the podcast, I'll literally put her name right now. And maybe I'll even put the video right now. And then but yeah, she had this really good speech talking about how she was like, she's younger, like probably around like the limit like that you can get in,
25,
like 25, 26, yeah.
Wow.
And that's why I was like really paying attention in the gym. I was doing my cardio and I was like, whoa, what the fuck? She's like talking really well. You know what I mean? And she was just talking about how she's disappointed that like her colleagues, aka like the old fucks, in power, she's like really disappointed in them because they had this vote come up to the committee and they were all like, should we shut down the governmental systems right now or should we keep them up? And she was like, I can't believe we had a 60% committee board vote of shutting it down. You know what I mean? And then she was like, my actual colleagues, like a few of my friends, we had 100% voting rate of keeping it open. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we know it wasn't us. Basically is what she's trying to say.
No, it's definitely people trying to fuck with our government, bro. That's all it is.
And she like opens with like, what's it called? Her fucking hook that got me was like, have you ever heard of the definition of insanity? And like, I feel like we all know it, right? It's like trying the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. And that's exactly, I didn't expect that congressman to say it back. It was an IRS man, to say it back, but I didn't realize that she was like arguing in his favor. But basically, she was saying, like, yes, all the jobs of the IRS are complicated. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm getting him basically through, like, question and answer being like, I'm going to list this, and you tell me if it's complicated. You know what I mean? She was like, tax returns, fucking dealing with, like, your first, like, business fund or some shit. It was, like, shit like that. And he was just like, yes, this is all complicated. And then, like, through more question and answer, she was like, so does shutting the government down make your job harder? And then he was like, yes.
Oh, my God.
And then she was like, oh, well, crazy. And then she was just like, I just don't see the point in, like, you fuckers being here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you don't want to, like, work, you know what I mean? It's like we are making jobs harder for our governmental employees because I don't know. We just, like, don't want to be here, I guess. And I feel like, I don't know, it was just such a great message to me where I feel like I always preach this, like, death or, like, doom and gloom about, like, old people being in power, you know?
Yeah.
But to see, like, a young woman like that head, like, a conversation and, like, she was black, too.
Oh, that's awesome.
Which is great. And she was so well spoken. I was just like, wow, this is really awesome. You know, I fucking really respect her. And yeah, shout out to her. I'll fucking
God, you know what? And I think now that you are talking about her, I think, gosh, nope, can't think of her fucking name, but I know who you're talking about because I think I saw that video.
You're like Henriette or something like that. Jerriette, I don't know.
Don't know.
Something beautiful though. You know, she's a great woman. I just wanted to shout her out and shit. But yeah, man, you looking like we're wrapping this up. You want to wrap us up?
Yeah, man. I think I want to say thanks to everybody for watching. Thanks to the RC guy for minding the dust, scaring the fuck out of me. Cool guy, Billy Bob, whatever his name is.
Hope that shit didn't catch on the motherfucking mic.
Yeah.
Same.
But yeah, man. Check us out next week on the Happy Smokes channel. Happy fucking smokes.
Yeah, bro. Hope you guys enjoyed the Matthew and Christian Make a Podcast. Hope you guys are watching One Piece. And I hope you guys leave a like and motherfucking subscribe and motherfucking comment and come back again next week.